Good evening and welcome to Ainsley Park for this South Challenge Cup first round tie between Spartans and Kinnoull. You're joining us on Spartans FC Live as we're coming to you here on YouTube absolutely free once again. My name is Cameron Hobbs. Obviously this East of Scotland team up against the Lowland League team. These sides met of course in the same tournament last year up in Perth. Spartans 3-0 victors on what was a windy day that afternoon. I'm joined once again on co-commentary by Chris Pow. Chris, good evening.
Good evening, Cameron. How are you doing?
I'm good. Now, I'll be perfectly honest. I've been away from Spartans for 4 years or so. You know, I'll spend a lot of time looking at the team sheet for Spartans. So I've got absolutely no chance when it comes to Kinnoull. I'll be looking to you, sir, to give me all the information. So I hope you've been swatting up nice and proper.
Well, they've came into the season on good form. They've played 2 games in the Conference B of the First Division in the East of Scotland. They've won both of them. 3-0 win at East House's Lily and a 5-0 win against Preston Athletic. So no conceded, none conceded as well. So it could be an interesting game to do.
An impressive start indeed. And of course, Spartans come into this one on the back of a 3-1 defeat against Stirling University. 2 players sent off in that one. A penalty from Blair Atkinson brought us level before Stirling went on through a penalty themselves to take the lead. And then that last minute third goal when we were down to 9 men. Anyway, let's get on with tonight and let's go through the lineups for Spartans. 5 changes in total. In goal number 1, Blair Carswell. In comes number 2, Michael Bolo-Chavecki. He came on as a sub in the game last week. Number 3, Jordan Cado. He comes in. Adam Corbett starts once again, captain at number 4. Dan Bauer stays at number 5. Gregor Woods, number 6. Archie Meekison gets a start coming in off the bench from number 7. John Grant in at number 8. Scott Maxwell, number 9, the 2 other changes coming in. Sam Jones starts as number 10, and Blair Carswell, no it's not, it's Blair Atkinson. I better move on from that. Blair will put me in the bad books, let me tell you. But it is Blair Atkinson that is playing number 11. Substitutes for Spartans tonight are Joe Tate, Jamie Watson, who's just signed last with Wraith Rovers. Scott McCrory Irvin drops to the bench from the starting lineup. Aaron Murrow's on the bench. Keir Russell drops to the bench this week. Mikey Allen drops to the bench. Missing out altogether are Alan Brown and Cammy Dawson. But Chris, it's a solid, good Spartans team. I think that, you know, Archie Meekison made a big difference when he came on Saturday. Blair Atkinson was determined, hard-working, and I thought he was an absolute standout on Saturday. 2 exciting young players. It'll be really interesting to see how they play tonight.
Yeah, definitely, Cameron. I think the main difference to tonight's team is the experience. Obviously, Jordan Cado was on the bench. Bolo came on a wee bit later into that game. John Grant missed out, I think, and Scott Maxwell came on. It was an interesting sort of thing for Dougie to start with. Take the sort of experienced guys, put a younger team in it against Stirling Uni, but I think he's sort of got it right tonight.
So the game gets underway here at Ainsley Park. It is a cool evening here. Let me tell you, you're doing the right thing sitting watching this at home. Make sure that you use the YouTube chat. Remember, you can interact with us. Let us know your thoughts as the game goes on. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what's going on here. But it'll be Kinnoull that have an early opportunity with a free kick just inside the first 30 seconds here. An opportunity to launch this one into the box. Striker rises high, hits it wide, however. Gregor Woods goes over and heads that one out behind, and that gives Kinnoull an early corner kick.
Yeah, it's a good chance for them early on. The one I think you have to watch out for is the captain, Dale Smart. He's scored a couple this season already, so...
Low corner kick played into the front post, however it hits the side netting, and that's a nice easy one for Spartans to receive right there. Kinnoull coming into this game unbeaten so far in 2 games, have scored 8, have conceded nothing. This is not going to be an easy match tonight for Spartans.
It never is on a cup game. It doesn't matter. I know they're coming 2 tiers up essentially, but you know, a cup game, anything can happen. But Spartans are quite favoured on a Friday night. They quite like their Friday nights going by history.
It is Kinnoull, though, that are in possession as they look to put the pressure on early in this game. Spartans managed to get the ball out of their own half, however, Kinnoull collect and look to push forward once again. Although that's a slack pass, and that allows Scott Maxwell the opportunity now to drive forward. He tries to find Blair Atkinson. He has to check out his run. takes a bit of pace out of that, plays it backwards to John Grant. Dan Bauer once again playing in the left back position today. Gets it to Maxwell. His attempted pass inside is blocked and it goes out for a throw-in to Spartans. That ball ricochets off the shins of Bauer and bounces back, fortunately, to Adam Corbett. And Spartans able to rebuild from the back once again. Ball played out to that far side. An opportunity now for Mikason to try and use his pace, put pressure on the Kinnoull defenders, which he does, however. Big, strong play from David Gray at the back there. And that's Babylon. Sorry. It's a by kick. Yes, I'm here for 90 minutes, folks. Keith Chalmers in early with a comment. Come on, Spartans. Absolutely, come on, Spartans.
I think we don't have Cammy Dawson tonight, obviously, Cameron, but certainly Aaron Murrow on the bench is a big boost, more attacking options. But I was impressed with Blair Atkinson, what he done on Saturday, but just for whatever reason didn't work out for him.
A player with a lot of experience here at Spartans, a player with huge amounts of pace, a lot of skill, very dangerous. He certainly looked in the mood on Saturday. It was unfortunate that couldn't quite get the Spartans back into that game. 10-man Spartans put the Uni under pressure for a long time. However, as I interrupt that to just cut here as there's a chance there. Loose ball drops there to Sam Jones. However, that's saved by Lucas Osinski. I'll get that name better as the game goes on. And the early chance there for Spartans. That was great play on the right wing.
It's Mikason putting them balls in. It's what he's done most of the time he's been at Spartans, and it's dangerous. It's obviously a danger.
And it's Mikason causing trouble at the back again as David Gray clears that one out for another Spartans throw-in. Jordan Caddo and Archie Mikason already causing problems on that right-hand side. Spartans last Saturday against Stirling Uni started the game very patient, tried to play a lot through the middle, although already tonight feels like a bit more focus on the wings.
Well, coming at after the result on Saturday, I'm sure Dougie would want a good start here, and we obviously talked about Canoe.
Ball launched here, an opportunity for Sam Jones again. He strikes it brilliantly. 4.5 minutes on the clock. Sam Jones with the left foot strike finds the bottom of the net, and Spartans take an early lead here. It's Spartans 1, Canoe 0.
That was a brilliant finish. Excellent. I was just about to say that they need a good start for a team that's not conceded in the league. It could be a momentum builder for Spartans, and on the opposite of that, obviously Canoe, adds a wee bit of panic for them.
We were just talking about the fact that we might see a bit of success for Spartans down the wings, and that's exactly where that's come from. Great ball to the back post, found Sam Jones absolutely unmarked. He took that first time, brilliantly smashed that into the net. A brilliant positive start from Spartans, and immediately puts them in control of this game.
Yeah, exactly what you want for a team, obviously, that's probably expected to win this on the form, and obviously on the being a couple of tiers above. It's exactly what you would want in terms of an early scoreline.
Jones does well to intercept that one. However, a heavy touch from Atkinson allows Kinnoull a throw-in on this near side. Danny Johnson next in. Come on, the Spartans. Keith Chalmers with a couple of get in there comments. Sweet strike. Indeed, it was a sweet strike. Brilliant finish there from Sam Jones, playing in that number 10 position. That was very well intercepted there by Caddo, who's using his pace there. Cuts that inside to Atkinson. But good recovery play from Scott Finlay in midfield, who was able to break that one up. That was a dangerous looking attack for Spartans. Not sure if the microphones will pick that up. We've had some slight injury updates in the stand here. Not from any of the players, but from one of the fans. Stunny's back, going for the remote control, he says. I hope he's feeling better soon.
And just to know, there might be a few fireworks going off tonight as well. I've heard a few when I was coming into the ground. So,
yes. It's Halloween? I don't know.
Well,
early celebrations for a Spartans win tonight.
Early bonfire, I think. Excessive fireworks, I would say.
I was just going to comment from the side here that we're in Pilton. As soon as it gets dark, then the fireworks are likely to happen. Read into that however you want. Great ball from Canoe. Tries to find Mikason just above his head. All the way through to Bauer, who lifts it back. Sam Jones. Great opportunity for Bauer to play into the net. Just beyond the reach of Mikason and just beyond the reach of Atkinson. Two great opportunities at the front post and the back post. Couldn't quite get on the end of that. That was a great ball from Dan Bauer. Brilliant opportunity for Spartans to double the lead. Very close.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Bauer is more used to playing centre back, and all the players that I would have expected to maybe put a ball in there, he probably would have been on, sort of low on the list, but it was a great ball in, and it could have been easily 2-0.
An early shout from Dan already to get Woolley on the bench. On the pitch, sorry, not on the bench. Woolley is on the bench. Well, that's one of the Canoe subs. So great to have some Canoe fans joining us here at Spartans FC Live. Hope you're enjoying the game. Hope you're enjoying the stream, everybody. Do let us know your thoughts as the game goes on. As Canoe have the ball and an opportunity to put Spartans under pressure. However, it's well broken up.
Archie Mikason's everywhere. He was the same, last week in the game against Berwick. I think they're switching at the moment. I think that's what Dougie's asking them to do, the two wingers.
Obviously, when Cammy Dawson plays, he's a very, he is a significant target man. Spartans are naturally going to play differently when he's not in the lineup. And that does allow the opportunity for Atkinson and Mikason to use their pace and their ability to try and create the opportunities, to try and create the gaps, and really stretch this Kinnoull defence. Yeah,
and I think we're seeing Sam Jones a wee bit wider tonight as well, which is one of the reasons he was in the space for the goal.
Maxwell tried to control that one, however, couldn't quite get it in his possession. Kinnoull launch it down the park. And it's an opportunity once again for Spartans to build from the back. Adam Funnell has asked us to shout out for the Spartans 2008. So 2008, this is a shout out for you. If you're just joining us, you've missed Sam Jones' opening goal in the 5th minute of the game. A great strike following a cross from the right-hand side. Spartans so far had a couple of opportunities as well. They've already drawn a great save from Lucas Ozinski. And then another opportunity just moments ago as Archie Mikason at the front post, Blair Atkinson at the back post couldn't quite get onto a low Dan Bauer cross as Spartans continue to threat. But Canoe, it's one goal in this. Canoe will not be out of this at all, and they'll be looking for a way to get back into the game. Some neat passing play there from Canoe. Cross into the box. However, that goes straight to Blair Atkinson. Blair Atkinson. I'm going to get my Blairs the wrong way around all night, am I not? Blair Carswell.
I think it gets called the cat around here anyway, so you can maybe get away with calling him that, yeah.
Both Cammy Robertson and Ben Regan were looking for Kinnoull there. However, Carswell did well to just come out and collect that calmly. Spartans back in possession. Mikason with a chance now. Cuts inside onto his right foot. Plays that inside, and it's well laid back by Atkinson for Maxwell. Patient build-up play here from Spartans. As Gregor Woods and Jordan Caddo link up on that far side. Tried to play that through for Atkinson. He left it. Oh, and then charges through. However, the keeper's done really well to come out there, make himself big and block that. Although the threat not over. Spartans look to continue attack. However, that's cleared. Oh. And then there's another ball through here to Mikason. He cuts that low with his left foot. It was Scott Maxwell who did really well to steal that off the toes of the Kinnoull defence. The ball came to Mikason, and he just dragged his shot wide with his left foot wide of that far right hand side. Another great opportunity for Spartans, Chris.
Yeah, he just hit it with the lower end of his foot there, and that's why it was wide, but an excellent chance. And obviously, we mentioned that Archie Mikason's really been impressive since joining Spartans on loan.
Dan has since been in touch to let us know that Liam Woolley, who's on the substitutes bench, is a modern-day Roberto Carlos. I look forward to his introduction later in the game. If he is a modern-day Roberto Carlos, he will not be enjoying the cool weather we're enjoying here at Ainsley Park this evening. Sam Jones there did well to cut out that long ball forward. Grant and Woods linking up in the middle of the park. Woods with an opportunity to drive forward now, looking for options. Canoe out wide. Several players making their way into the box, however, it's blocked by the first defender. Mikkelsen again shifting the ball from foot to foot, plays it inside to Jones.
Really good play from
Very
Spartans.
patient from Spartans in the moment. Scott Maxwell now tries to play that through to Dan Bauer. It makes his way through. He launches the ball across. However, nobody there. Keeper caught out there. Needed someone at the back post. That could have been 2-0.
Dan Bauer and Archie Mikkelsen down this left are really causing trouble early on for Canoe.
And actually, the performance so far is much more similar to the second half against Stirling Uni when Spartans were down to 10 men than it was in that first half, which was sort of a much more patient, turgid midfield affair.
Yeah, I mean, it's higher energy just before the goal. I think that's what Spartans were lacking, to be honest, a wee bit. But it's tough. It's tough against obviously an energetic Stirling Uni side, and Canoe I think are a wee bit more experienced, and I think we've seen that in the changes Dougie's made with adding a few more experienced players in tonight.
Ball ricochets back and forward now. Oof, it's taken a batter in there for a couple of seconds. It makes its way all the way through to Blair Carswell at the back. Now, of course, we wish you could be here with us at Ainsley Park tonight. We're delighted that you're joining us on the stream. Hopefully we've fixed all the picture and audio issues we've had over the last 2 games. But do let us know your thoughts on the quality. Let us know if there's anything that you'd like us to do, anything you'd like to hear us talk about. Keep your messages coming. We're happy to give shout-outs. Brilliantly cut out then, again in midfield by Woods. Plays it into Maxwell, who launches a ball through looking for Atkinson, but it was just beyond him. And Ozinski does well to come out and collect once again.
Maxwell more in a sort of centre role than we're sort of used to. He's usually a wide man, but he seems to be doing damage so far.
Flicked on by Maxwell. Didn't quite get the connection he was looking for on that one, and Kinnoull able to clear. Ball makes it all the way back to Carswell, and Spartans get to build from the back once again. Great ball from Bauer, finds Mikkelsen, who creates space for himself on this left-hand side. Back to Bauer, who cuts inside to John Grant. Spartans once again moving this ball from side to side, really looking to stretch this Kinnoull defence, trying to find the gaps. Although Kinnoull did well to nick that off the toes. Andrew McKenzie taking it off the toes of Scott Maxwell. Although Blair Atkinson back in possession now. Great ball through to Scott Maxwell, who plays that to Mikkelsen, surely! Oh, it's a great save by the keeper. Dan Bauer, though, following this one up, cuts it back to Woods. Tries to check it back to the edge of the box and shot blocked. Brilliant save by Ozinski, but this threat isn't over from Spartans. Mikkelsen looked absolutely certain to double the advantage there. However, Lucas Ozinski came out brilliantly.
It was a good save. It was a class save. I think the worrying thing for Canoe is there's 2 or 3 going to the one man, and it's creating space for the other Spartans players, and I think that's where they're struggling a wee bit early on.
Well, Kinnoull hadn't conceded coming into this game, and with the goalkeeper performance so far, you can kind of understand why. He's made a couple of great saves already. Kinnoull eventually get that one clear. Spartans been doing very well though, pressing high, winning the ball back in Kinnoull's third, which is exactly how they've been able to put a lot of pressure on the visiting team from Perth this evening so far.
I feel like I'm repeating myself every stream, Cameron, but the danger's coming out from out wide. You know, I think it's been the same the last sort of couple of games, but one thing that's a wee bit different is Scott Maxwell in the centre there. It's a ball. Oh.
Ball played out by Sam Jones. Great plays. He drives along the byline, looking for someone in the middle. Just beyond the reach of Scott Maxwell there. Great low cross into the box once again. Sam Jones working really hard there. Did really well out on the side here to make space. Turn his man inside out. And that was a lovely low cross, Chris. A real opportunity for Spartans to get a shot on goal there.
Fantastic play by Sam Jones. I actually really rate Sam Jones. He done fantastically well at Pennycook Athletic. The same with Scott McCrory-Irvin that's on the bench today. Underrated, I think, signings for the Lowland League.
Yes, indeed. It's often the players that are making their way from higher divisions coming down into the Lowland League that grab the headlines. But we've seen that East of Scotland has been, for a long time, a source of great talent, and Spartans have gone there once again to bring a couple of players back to the club as well. Players that they know exactly what they're capable of. But they've played a lot of first-team football. They've come back stronger, more experienced players, and that's something that could definitely benefit Spartans.
Definitely, like just a man in the middle there, John Grant, obviously many years at Spartans, and he's back. It's obviously great seeing him in the midfield tonight.
Ryan Gray's been in touch now to let us know that Scott Finlay, who's playing number 18 for Kinnoull, is the Scottish Zidane. Quite the international lineup we've got here from Kinnoull. Who knew that Perth had such a depth of international Scottish alternatives?
I think the big question is if Kyle Woolley and Liam Woolley are related. I'm assuming they would be. I don't think that question's been answered yet. It's a brilliant ball.
Dan Bauer pushing up high again, keeping the Kinnoull defenders under pressure. They're able to get it clear though. However, Adam Corbett comes out well to control that.
Seems more composed tonight, the defence, I think.
Yes, Kinnoull had that very early free kick. They had a corner kick that came to nothing. And they've had that one cross into the box. So far, though, not put Spartans under a lot of pressure. Spartans quite content to stroke this ball around now. Looking for that opportunity as Blair Atkinson tries to get onto a pass, however. Combination of he wasn't going to reach it or he knew he was offside, but either way Atkinson pulls out of that run and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. But it's been a very impressive opening 20 minutes from Spartans. That opening goal from Sam Jones in the 5th minute being the difference so far, but Spartans really could have been 3 or 4 up, to be honest.
Yeah, Sam Jones' goal was well taken, and like you say, Cameron, they had a few opportunities. I think we've not really seen Canoe at their best so far. They've been quite limited in their opportunities at the moment.
Frustration indeed from Dale Smart showing there as he feels isolated up front. Dan Bauer quite happy to play that back to his captain. And Michael Bolocevecchi will be getting a nosebleed with the ball at his feet as far up as that.
I've been really impressed with Dan Bauer at left back, actually. I think he's had a few decent games there.
That was nice play from Woods, who got that ball out to Canoe. His cross is blocked. It goes out for a throw-in to Spartans. Yeah, Dan Bauer made the move. He was starting the left back on Saturday, however. The Uni were getting a lot of success on the wings, so there was a change made. And I thought that Dan actually played exceptionally well at centre half.
Yeah, just in terms of obviously stature, he's one of the sort of bigger lads in the squad. The way he's sort of got up and down these wings, yeah, quite impressive for him.
It's John Grant with a shot that ricochets come back to him. Now it's Mikkelsen. Flicks that ball inside looking for Bauer. However, it was well read by Kinnoull, and they're able to clear it for a throw-in. Moment of panic there, temporarily, as the ball hits the LAN cable. That could have impacted the feed. Hopefully you're still with us.
Great ball.
That is a great ball launched into the box. Header there by Cado, however. No real threat on goal, and Lucas Osinski is able to come out and grab that ball. Told you I'd get better at saying his name.
There is actually a player for Canoe. I think it's Friedreiske or something like that. I did check their website before this, but I see that he's not actually made the team this evening. But I was a wee bit concerned about pronouncing that one.
Listen, I've just decided I'm not going to call Bolo. I've actually gone for his full Sunday name this evening. Oh, slack pass there by John Grant, though. Gives Dale Smart the opportunity to get Kinnoull on the attack. As Ben Reagan shouts for the ball out on this right-hand side. Almost makes its way through it. Dan Bauer does well to clear it. Then eventually kicks the ball off Reagan's chest, and Spartans have the chance to attack. Great sliding challenge, though. Hits off the toes of Mikkelsen and goes out for a throw into Kinnoull.
You talked about nosebleeds earlier. That could have been a sore one, I think, right in the face.
On a cold night like tonight as well, anything like that's just going to sting that little bit extra. Right, we're getting into a ding-dong here on the YouTube chat because Adam Funnel has now been in touch to say that Sam Jones is the Scottish Suarez. Watch he doesn't bite you. It's not Halloween till next weekend. Great pass there from Atkinson. Osinski did well to come out and clear it. Comes back out to the wide side. Crossed in again, if I can catch my words. And who did catch it was Lucas Osinski. The Canoe keepers looked pretty comfortable at the back, to be fair, Chris, so far.
Yeah,
not a lot he could have done for that goal. Other than that, he's foiled Spartans at everything else, every other attempt so far.
Yeah, he's had a few decent saves, actually. He's been pretty impressive, but yeah, like you said, for the goal, he could do nothing about that volley from Sam Jones. Surprised no one said he's the new Buffon or the Scottish Buffon or something like that, you know.
Kinnoull now with an opportunity to attack. Ball gets tangled up in the feet of Cado, goes out for a throw-in.
Need to be a wee bit wary about this Ben Regan here, this side. He has had a couple of goals this season, I think.
Not a great header away there by Bolo, and it gave Kinnoull the opportunity. Lucky bounce, though, sets Mikkelsen free on this left-hand side. Reagan tracking back for Kinnoull as Mikkelsen finds Atkinson. Chance now for him to cut inside. The ball just gets tangled up in his feet. He's not able to make his way past his man. However, threat not over for Spartans, who continue to attack. Cado will launch this into the box at the back post. However, it's high, and it's easily collected by Osinski once again.
Mikkelsen just full of running. He just takes men on. I don't think I've ever seen him, apart from when he's out in the corner past the ball. He's just fantastic to watch.
Looks as though that we're having some possible technical issues here with the camera. Let us just try and figure that one out for you. A real opportunity for Kinnoull there. Sorry, as we're trying to figure out, and hopefully that's the issues fixed there with the camera. Apologies there. Kinnoull that had the opportunity shot just wide, deflected wide, and that's going to be a corner kick for the visitors now. Chance now for the visitors to get themselves back on level terms here. Low corner played in. Ricochets at the back. Not very well cleared. Eventually bounces off Patrick Brown and it lands in the hands of Blair Carswell. That was a little bit haphazard at the back from Spartans.
Well, they tried that a wee bit earlier, Cameron. They seem to be favouring the sort of low corners. I don't know if they've maybe been spying the streams or whatnot, but certainly it's an interesting tactic on the corners.
Spartans now with an opportunity to attack. Blair Atkinson tries to find Mikason. Ball just slightly heavy for him, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick to Canoe. So half an hour gone here, still that single goal in the 5th minute from Sam Jones, the difference between these sides here. It's the first poor kick out from Ozinski there, gave Spartans an opportunity as Mikason tried to break. However, Kinnoull defenders were quick onto that and able to win it back. Sam Jones now looking for options. The Spartans once again patient in the build-up play. Dan Bauer on this side here. Plays it inside to Gregor Woods. To Maxwell, out wide to Jones. Plenty options in the box. However, he plays it back to Grant. The captain, Adam Corbett now. Spartans very patient in the build-up play here. An unusual chesting motion there from Cado, but he did well to control it, I guess. In the end, has to come tracking back and intercept that one. As Kinnoull looked to break. And Spartans now building once again from the back. Ball over the top for Scott Maxwell. The assistant referee's flag stays down. Calls from Kinnoull defenders that he was offside. However, the assistant referee on the far side does not agree. As Jones tried to play that ball through, however, it's well blocked by the Kinnoull defenders. And eventually Jones gives away a free kick.
Just an interesting one there, Cameron. Obviously Dan Bauer looked like he was going to get into the box there. I'd like to see that a wee bit more from him, if he's got the space to, because obviously he's a perfect sort of height for a decent target.
That ball runs all the way through for a bye kick. The temperature starting to drop here at Ainsley Park, it feels, certainly.
I'm used to on a Friday night going to the development league. I know how cold these games can be. It's a bit strange, obviously, seeing a senior game on a Friday night though.
If there is a temporary silence in the commentary and you hear some slapping noises, it's just us trying to warm our hands together. Neat ball from Bauer there. Lovely, lovely play. Finds Sam Jones. That was a perfect pass. He plays that back to Bauer. Spartans quite content to stroke this ball around. Kinnoull at the moment just chasing them down, trying their very best to frustrate them and not allow them any kind of opportunity in the final third.
It's really difficult for Canoe to get out at the moment, and when they can, it's only usually one up against maybe four or five of the Spartans. So doing a brilliant job putting pressure on Canoe.
And Kinnoull passing it around at the back as Mikkelsen tries to close that one down. Brilliant play from Scott Maxwell though to steal that off the toes of the Kinnoull defence. And just a slightly slack pass from Gregor Woods there as Spartans look to attack once more. Atkinson had taken a run forward, however his midfielder couldn't quite find him. And Kinnoull now with the opportunity to move forward.
Ben Reagan seems quite lively for Canoe at the moment.
Oh, and indeed it was almost Reagan that got on the end of that, but big strong play from Adam Corbett, the captain, did well as the ball makes its way back to his goalkeeper.
Yeah, a lot of focus tonight, Cameron. I think there was a wee bit of, I don't know, the Stirling Uni game had a bit of a feel to it. I think it's more sort of laid back tonight.
Neat ball there from Canoe, finds Maxwell, who lays it off to Atkinson, plays it inside. Clearly trying to link up there, but unable to do so. In the end, free kick given away by Woods in midfield that allows Kinnoull a free kick and a chance to clear the lines. Take a moment to take a slight breather there. Danny Johnson on the comments, clearly watching us and our Arbroath versus Hearts. He's telling us that Arbroath are all over Hearts at the moment. Well, don't have a latest score for you there, but we'll take Danny's word for it.
Speaking of Hearts, I believe one of Canoe's most famous players was Jim Weir, who was I think he was at Hearts 93 or something.
Yeah.
I know he was at St Johnstone also, but an interesting wee note.
Interesting indeed. Sam Jones on this far side. That was a lovely cross field pass that allows Spartans opportunity. Jones cuts inside, plays that one to Mikkelsen. Cuts it back to John Grant. Plenty of Spartans players in the box. He tries to loft that for Jordan Caddo, who was rushing in. However, it's easily cleared in the end by the Kinnoull defenders. And they've now got an opportunity to attack, put Spartans under some pressure. Good pass over to Ben Reagan. Another lovely crossfield pass, however, a slightly heavy first touch allows Spartans the opportunity to slide in and clear that ball away. Ball into the box, makes its way all the way through once again to Blair Carswell, and Spartans able to build once again. Interesting to see Scott Maxwell move out slightly to the right, and Blair Atkinson playing through the middle at the moment. Danny's letting us know it's 0-0 with Hearts. Well, do you know what? At least we've had a goal for you. If you've tuned into us and you've parked Hearts Arbroath, you've made the right choice.
Okay, is that the only game on tonight in the SPFL?
They've just got to put up with us, Chris. So, you know, that's what mute buttons are for.
Good passing again.
Don't dare mute us. Atkinson does well to get his chest onto that, play it back to Maxwell. Lifts that, looking to Bauer. An opportunity to attack down this left-hand side again. Inside to Jones, who lifts his head. Half looked as though he's maybe thinking about lining up for a strike there. Woods gets taken out by Sean Simpson, and referee gives a free kick.
Arbroath, I take it Hearts are away. I'm sure
Yes.
the women's national team's at Tynecastle, I believe. I knew there was another game on tonight. I couldn't quite remember, but I'm sure they're at Tynecastle.
I tell you what, if it's cold here, I dread to think how cold it is up at Gayfield. What are you thinking, Chris? Is this a strike or is this an opportunity to lift it into the box?
I think it's a strike.
It's a strike. Perhaps more appropriate at Murrayfield than Ainsley Park. It would have been 3 points. Counts for nothing here. High over the bar.
Yeah, I've seen Scott Maxwell hit better ones than that, but I'm sure he will be a wee bit disappointed not to be a bit closer on the target.
That was like the price of gold, always rising.
Never mind that. Not too sure about that, Charlie.
I'm taking pelters from my co-commentator and my cameraman here. Clearly not enjoying the patter. Man on Scotty indeed, but that man wasn't able to get it, and Canoe will get the ball forward. However, Dan Bauer does well to intercept and play that back. Cool, calm play at the back from Bolo as ever. Gets it to Carswell, who launches that forward. Not seen Blair Carswell launch it forward many times at all this evening, but he did so there. No Cammy Dawson throwing the end of it. We'll put that one down to a slip on the far side. Spartans now attacking down the wing. Well intercepted. That ball's going to run, possibly go out for a throw-in. Or even a corner. No, it does. Well played by Kinnoull there. Sean Simpson tracked all the way back. Scott Maxwell put him under pressure. However, Simpson did well to turn, play that off the shins of Maxwell, and it goes out for a goal kick.
This game needs another goal, I think. Spartans have played really well. They've had their chances, but I think a 2-0 going into half-time would be a lot better for them.
Yep, as we approach the 40-minute mark, just 5 minutes left of this first half for Spartans to find a way to double their advantage. Danny's given us updates from around the country. Aston Villa 0, Leeds 0, Nottingham Forest 0, Derby 1. That'll be the Nottingham Forest manager under pressure then.
Are Derby leading that game, are they?
Derby are leading that game. Derby manager under pressure as well, so he'll be delighted. Gregor Woods did well there. Shouts for a free kick, however the referee's having absolutely none of it. It goes out for a throw-in to Kinnoull. There wasn't much in that one, Chris.
No, not at all.
Hasn't been a tetchy game at all, this. Compare it to Saturday, which was quite tetchy.
Yeah, it's been quite it's a Friday night game, isn't it, really?
Carswell comes out. Caught in two minds there, cutting the ball. He kind of slices at that. Spins up high and out for a throw into Canoe. Talking about Spartans doubling their advantage, of course, Spartans will certainly not want to let Canoe back into the game before the break.
No, not at all. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw a few changes actually for Spartans. Not that anyone's not played great or that, but I think Dougie obviously likes to switch it up. Obviously got Aaron Murrow on the bench. He was missing on Saturday.
New signing Jamie Watson on the bench, of course, who's joined from Wraith Rovers. Or certainly a free agent that was last with Wraith Rovers.
Yeah, Jamie Watson's an interesting one because there's now two Jamie Watsons in the league. One of them plays for Cali Braves.
He also once upon a time played for Wraith Rovers.
Yeah, so it can get a wee bit confusing. But I believe that.
Well,
he's going to get booked here, John Grant.
Ben Reagan tried to take that one past John Grant. That looked as though Grant got the ball. Not sure quite that. I saw the same thing that was seen by the referee there. Although the Canoe players protest, John Grant goes in the book for his efforts.
I think it was a hard challenge, but I do believe he got something on the ball there. But
certainly want to watch back on the footage and see what happened there. But
it's maybe a sort of dead leg sort of job there. He's maybe hit it too hard with the ball.
Certainly a strong challenge, but definitely not necessarily a clear foul, I would have said myself. But anyway, opportunity for Scott Finlay to play this one into the box. Up and cleared by Bolo. Mikkelsen had a chance to break there, however, slightly heavy touch, but Paul Anderson puts out for a throw into Spartans. Talking about ringing the changes, I guess the booking for John Grant means that might be an option that Dougie Samuel has to look at. Of course, Keir Russell on the bench did a very good job in that holding central midfield role on Saturday against Stirling Uni.
Yeah, and obviously Scott McCrory-Irvin's on the bench as well, so depending on, I think one thing that's been sort of noted certainly in the last few games is we know Dougie can do this anyway, but he likes to switch the positions up for some of the guys.
Message on the YouTube chat from Doran Cito, joining us all the way from Peru. Delighted to have you. And as the rain starts to fall here at Ainsley Park, I would rather be in Peru. Keith Chalmers has chipped in, looked a good challenge to him.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot in that. I think it was he went in hard, John Grant. We know he can, but I don't think it was malicious or anything like that.
So just a minute, or just over a minute of normal time left in this first half as the rain starts to fall. Quite heavily now. That'll add a certain speed to the pitch. Woods plays a ball forward to Atkinson as Spartans looking to build once again. Opportunity for Bauer to stretch things. Did very well to come back and put his head on that.
There's a wee bit of a wind now as well, which you might see some dodgy balls.
Well, it's a Friday night. Kinnoull now with an opportunity though to attack as we approach the last 30 seconds of the first half. Well intercepted though by Caddo, but that goes behind for a corner kick. Opportunity for Kinnoull to put some pressure on here just before the break, Chris.
Another low one, I think. There is a few sort of tall players for Spartans. Obviously Dan Bauer that can sort of get up there. Scott Maxwell. So maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason they're putting it in low to the sort of front post area.
Well, while it is Liam Woolley that's on the bench, it's Kyle Woolley that will be taking this corner kick. Not had great success from them so far. He'll be looking to put a better ball into the box here. Really put Blair Carswell under pressure. Indeed, it's much higher, and Adam Corbett does really well to come in and get his head onto that. And a slip there allows Spartans the opportunity to break. Blair Atkinson now on the halfway line with only one man to beat. Maxwell up, giving support as Blair Atkinson cuts inside onto his left foot. Still, Blair Atkinson takes a shot, brilliantly finds the bottom corner off the net. Just as we go into injury time of this first half, an absolutely brilliant counter-attacking goal. Blair Atkinson did it all himself, took his man on, ran the length of the pitch, took it onto his left foot and neatly slotted it in to the bottom corner of the net. It's Spartans 2, Kinnoull 0.
What a fantastic finish there by Blair Atkinson. I think the keeper's a wee bit gutted at conceding that one, but no shame in that. He's a fantastic run and he just sort of took a few of the Canoe boys on there and went for it.
And indeed, that is the last action of the first half as we go into the break. Goal in the 5th minute from Sam Jones opened things up. Spartans had a number of other chances. They found Kinnoull goalkeeper Lukasz Ozinski in great form, making a number of great saves to deny Mikkelsen, to deny Jones again, to deny Atkinson. However, it was Blair Atkinson that managed to double the advantage just as the game went into injury time of the first half. It was a corner kick to Kinnoull that was cleared. There was a slip as the ball came back out. That allowed Spartans to break. Atkinson picked it up in his own half, ran the full length of the field with a number of players tracking back. However, he didn't need anyone else. He cut inside onto his left foot and slotted the ball coolly into the corner bottom of the net to double the advantage. Here in the first round of the South Challenge Cup at half-time, it's Spartans 2, Kinnoull 0. We'll be back to join you in the second half, and we'll speak to you then. So welcome back to Ainsley Park for the South Challenge first round tie between Spartans and Canoe. If you're just joining us, it was 2 goals, one at the beginning, one at the end of the first half. Sam Jones in the 5th minute opened up with a fine strike, and then Blair Atkinson with a lovely bit of counter-attacking football just as the game went into injury time. Canoe were up for a corner kick, however, on clearing it, the ball fell to Atkinson, who ran the length of the park. He had a number of teammates up in support. He didn't need any of them. He took the ball onto his left foot and he drilled it low into the bottom corner of the net to double the advantage. Chris Pow, you're with me here. A well-deserved 2-goal lead for Spartans in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've done really well to start the game. Obviously, two decent finishes as well. It must be said. Blair Atkinson's won just before half-time. Great run, great finish.
And an early opportunity here for Spartans to attack is Canoe on this near side now. Crosses into the box looking for somebody. Nobody there. Kinnoull able to get it away. Neither side have made any changes at the break. Looked like Kinnoull stayed out as well. It's not a night for staying out.
Yeah, you'll see it more and more this season, obviously, due to the restrictions and the changing rooms, the space and all this sort of stuff. But I'm assuming Canoe will probably be used to it in the east of Scotland so far. I don't think I've ever been up to Canoe, so I don't know what their situation is.
Atkinson linking up well there with Jones and Maxwell, who gets the ball out to Bauer on that far side now. Dan Bauer has been a constant threat so far. He played a low ball in there, however Kinnoull able to clear that one.
I think Adam Corbett might have had a wee bit of a push there, but gets away with it.
Lovely ball, falls to Jones, he crosses it. Oh, he crossed it, took a deflection. It fell to Mikkelsen, who got bowled it over. The ball went flying, came back to Jones, who volleyed it, and then a great save by Ozinski. Mikkelsen's protesting, looking for a penalty there. Certainly looked like someone was putting pressure on his back as he was trying to make connection with the ball there.
I think
trying to be diplomatic.
I think some of the Spartans boys actually stopped there thinking it was a penalty, but fair play to the boys that kept going. Play to the whistle and all that.
Well, indeed, and Sam Jones did indeed play to the whistle. He had a great chance there, however, it was well saved by Ozinski.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, Mikkelsen did a great strike, and Ozinski does brilliantly once again. One-handed save. Somehow the ball doesn't go out, and he toe pokes it out.
If anyone really deserves a goal, it's Archie Mikkelsen. I think he's been brilliant the last 3 games.
I thought you were going to say the Kinnoull keeper.
that would be something too, but no, he's had a brilliant game. He's been unlucky actually. He's been beaten by 2 decent shots, but he's done his job otherwise.
So a couple of comments from half-time. Mike White got in touch to say 2-0 about reflection of the play, some crisp passing and a couple of well-taken goals. Kinnoull, though, with a chance to put the ball into the box. It's well cleared. Opportunity now for Spartans to attack. Mikkelsen plays the ball over the top. However, Ozinski does really well again to come out as Atkinson looked to bear down on that one once again. But Lucas Ozinski out quickly, manages to get that clear and gets rid of the danger for Kinnoull.
Yeah, Spartans might be 2-0 up, but their keeper, keeper's keeping them in it, really.
So there is going to be a substitution here for Kinnoull as the
Roberto Carlos.
This is the Scottish sedan that's going off. Scott Finlay. And is it Roberto Carlos?
I believe it might be Roberto Carlos.
For Canoe, off is number 18 Scott Finlay. Coming onto the park is number 2 Liam Woolley.
Indeed, Liam Woolley has come on. So the Scottish Zidane has been replaced by the Scottish Roberto Carlos, according to the YouTube comments. Can't wait to see this. Ball ricochets around there as Jones tried to play it forward, and Kinnoull able to break that up and regain possession. Woolley called into action early there, put under pressure by his own teammate, but did well to get that ball clear and down the field. Scott Maxwell doing his spinning around.
I'm a wee bit distracted currently by Jordan Caddo's boots. They're bright pink. First time I've noticed that this season.
Strong choice by Caddo there. They're a thing of beauty.
He's got decent patter, so maybe that's got something to do with it.
Well, an interesting protest there from Patrick Brown, as Andrew McKenzie clearly knocked out of play, but as players are going to do, going to protest for the ball to go in their direction. Wasn't to be the case. The assistant linesman on this side was not fooled.
It's the VAR generation now, Cameron. Everyone, there'll be claims for everything now.
Very good play from Mikason there as Patrick Brown tried to move forward with the ball, but strong play by Mikason gets the ball back for Spartans.
Certainly a camera game for Bolo tonight. Oh, I say that I better guess it. Good ball, good ball.
Dan Bowner with a chance to play that low. Oh, and Archie Mikason did really well to get that at the front post. However, he isn't able to turn it round quickly enough and into the net. It goes behind for a goal kick.
So close, so close. He's getting closer, which is great for him. But I think a goal would be a massive boost to his confidence.
Bit of head tennis as the ball ricochets around in midfield there, but Spartans now once again in possession, looking to attack.
They're breaking so quickly, it's hard for Canoe to defend against. As I say that now, Canoe have a chance to break.
Although Spartans doing a really good job of closing down the Canoe players all over the park. And it's Spartans who will make a change now. It looks as though that Dan Bauer will be the player going off.
Number 5, Dan Bauer, and coming on is number...
I'm assuming it's Jamie Watson.
15, Scott McCrory.
And indeed it's number 15, Scott McCrory Irvin. We were waiting for... it was a race between us and the Tannoy as to who would see it first. Tannoy beat us to it.
So going by that logic, I think John Grant might be dropping a wee bit as Scott... Oh.
Canoe with an opportunity to launch that into the box. However, the ball too heavy, just wide. No real threat there to Blair Carswell in the Spartans goal. He lets that fall behind for a goal kick. So it looks like actually Scott Maxwell's playing out on the left.
Yeah, that was another possible one. So I think Scott Maxwell's dropping. It's more a suited role than he's used to. We're used to seeing him sort of, left back, left midfield. He's done really well in the centre this evening.
Mikason did well to win that ball. Takes his time, allows support to come forward. And indeed it is Maxwell who's now dropped that left back position with an opportunity to move things forward. Woods now out on that far side. Sorry, Jones out on that far side. Falls to McCrory Irvin, who plays a lovely ball back to Jones. He tries to cut that back, just not quite hard enough, and a little bit of panic in the Kinnoull defence there as Paul Anderson just hoofs it out the back for a corner kick.
Well, Jordan Caddo was at the back post there. I don't think he was quite happy with his teammates. He just needed a wee bit of a look up and a ball in, and he would have had a chance there. But it was a similar in the first half. I think Cameron Dan Bauer was getting away a wee bit, so they really need to sort of watch their backs at the moment, Canoe. Oofed. Handball. I think that's a penalty.
Ricochet in the back and the
flag is up.
The flag was up, right? Okay.
I thought it was a penalty. I thought it was a handball.
Yeah, great save once again, but not by the keeper this time.
Yeah, the Lino had their flag up there, so that's why that's not a penalty.
Apologies for me not keeping up to speed with play there. A little bit of foul language on the YouTube channel that's been removed. One thing that we ask is please do not keep the language clean on the YouTube channel, please, folks. Thank you. So it is Darren Spence that's come on for Kinnoull, as they will be looking to find a way back into this game. Although it's Spartans that continue to keep the pressure on.
Canoe is really wide here. They just need to look up and find him.
Oh, it's a lovely ball there to Mikason, who cuts that back. Nobody there, though. Blair Atkinson had gone in too deep. There's no one on the follow-up, and as Bolo takes a slight knock there, as himself and Dale Smart make connection, as Bolo tried to play that ball back. Adam Corbett does well to read that one, though, and intercepts the ball.
Lovely ball.
It is a lovely ball from Canoe, but substitute Scott McCrory Irvin couldn't quite control that. And it makes it all the way back to the Kinnoull keeper once again. Daniel Robertson's now on. Kieran Dott is the Scottish Mertesacker.
I'd have picked a better player than Mertesacker, to be honest.
It's quite the team Kinnoull had on the bench tonight. I think that's where they've gone wrong so far.
I think all the decent sort of German players, you pick Mertesacker.
Listen, any of those German players, is quite happily have them in the lineup.
Maybe slightly biased because I support Tottenham, but I know what's coming next. All the Arsenal, the Arsenal players are coming out now.
Oh, Mikason gets absolutely taken out there by Patrick Brown, but nothing coming from the referee. Not much of a protest there from Mikason, to be fair, but Spartans, though, with an opportunity to attack. Lovely pass with the outside of his foot from Jones, but just too heavy. Makes it all the way through and out for a goal kick. So as we approach the hour mark of this game, Chris, it's been a solid performance so far from Spartans. Obviously, this is an important cup. You know, the South Challenge Cup, this is the first round. This is probably the biggest tournament that the non-league sides play in, certainly on a winnable basis. Especially now with so many junior teams in this tournament. This is, in essence, the closest thing to the Junior Cup that you've now got in Scottish non-league football. Yep,
and Spartans, overall, I think with them and East Kilbride have won it the most times, so definitely one that Spartans like winning, and the introduction, obviously, the West teams makes it quite exciting. And like, as you say, it's kind of like the old Junior Cup, where, except this time it's East of Scotland, West of Scotland, South of Scotland, and Lowland League. Canoe, of course, as we mentioned, have had a great start to their East of Scotland campaign. 2 wins so far
8 goals scored, nothing conceded. A really good win against Preston Athletic. But it's Spartans now. Actually, we've got another opportunity to attack. Meekiston plays inside to Atkinson, who tries to play a lovely neat ball to McCrory Irvin, but it's nicked off his toes. Atkinson's not giving up though. Steals the ball and then slots it into the bottom of the net with his left foot. And brilliant, determined play once again from Atkinson. He steals the ball. He slots it into the bottom of the net. It's Spartans 3, Kinnoull 0.
Wazinski really unhappy with his defenders there, but another decent finish. Blair, again, I think he needed a goal. He was so unlucky at the weekend. He obviously scored the penalty, but a goal from open play, you might see him want to try and get a few more if he doesn't go off.
Very typical of the way that Blair Atkinson has certainly played in the last 2 games here at Ainsley Park. Determined, never gives up, chases everything down, and put the Kinnoull defenders under pressure there. Stole the ball off them, right, basically on the 6-yard box, and then was able to just smash it into the bottom of the net.
It's a wee bit disappointing actually on the Canoe side, because it's the first sort of defensive lapse. I think the other 2 goals, I think, maybe they probably didn't have much, they could have done about them, but certainly that goal, poor defending, I would say.
It was a lovely pass there from Canoe across field. It was well intercepted by Kinnoull out for a throw-in, but Spartans now really doing a good job of spreading this ball around. A free kick awarded.
Just on a wee bit of a side note, I noticed Kyle Woolley of Canoe has also got pink boots on, so.
Lovely link-up play there between Cado, McCrory Irvin and Woods. Kinnoull able to get it clear though once again. Bolo taking his time at the back.
It's not the sort of thing you would have got away with in PE back in the day, I don't think.
Blair Atkinson looking for a way forward, however. The Kinnoull defender does well to kick that back off of Atkinson. It goes out for a goal kick. Blair Atkinson, of course, now on his hat-trick. Be looking to see if he can get that.
Oh, he's been brilliant today. He's brilliant. We saw glimpses on Saturday. I think he was very unlucky on a few chances. He put away the penalty, but I think his head's up at the moment, Cameron.
Absolutely. A player like Blair is absolutely a confident striker. When he's in confident mood, he is one of the best in the Lowland League, I would say, at his position.
I'd be interested to see what Doogie does if he will bring on Aaron Murrow, and I don't know if Atkinson might get the chance to complete his hat-trick. It might be taken off, but certainly Aaron Murrow missed out at the weekend, so it wouldn't surprise me to maybe get a bit of a run out.
Ben Scarborough's come in with a little bit of feedback for us. Clearly an away fan. Said he'd rather listen to Robbie Savage commentate. Ben, if you know Robbie, do pass on his number. We'd love to have him here at Spartans FC Live. Hope you're enjoying the feed, sir. Spartans once again building from the back.
I don't know if I could try and attempt a Welsh accent, but
oh, lovely play from Adam Corbett. Twinkle toes play, and then it all just falls down at the end there. He tries to play a neat ball forward for Blair Atkinson. I think there's a wee rush to his head there.
I think there's a couple of Spartans players warming up.
Given the cold temperature, wouldn't you? Indeed, it does look like a couple of Spartans players are getting ready to come on.
One of them looks like Joe Tate, but I guess I'll be proven wrong in about 2 seconds. I was quite impressed with Joe Tate actually on Saturday when he came on. I think when Spartans changed from the sort of the defensive midfield to more of a sort of free and attacking midfield, I think that really worked. It was obviously unfortunate about the 2 red cards, but
That's one way to put it. Scott Maxwell trying to feed that ball through, but as well blocked by Kinnoull.
Oh, high feet there.
High feet, immediate apology from the Canoe player, no malice in that at all. John Grant managed to roll that one out as well. Canoe plays that in, looking for Scott McCrory-Irvine, who plays it out wide to Mikason. Cado there in support with his pink boots.
Excellent composure and technique there from McCrory-Irvine.
Mikason with the trickery.
He's got a deft touch, Mikason. Definitely got a. It certainly looks like he can take a few of the boys on.
Slightly slack there from Maxwell, however, good play there to win that back in the centre midfield. Allowed Spartans another opportunity to attack as Cado plays a long ball looking for Atkinson at the back, however that's cleared. And it is Reagan that's able to get onto that. Kinnoull able to get the ball back out again. Only as far as Corbett, who lays that off. Falls to Woods, who takes a shot. It's just over the bar. Wazinski had that well covered, I think, but that wasn't far away at all from Gregor Woods. And it will be 3 substitutions in total, 2 for Spartans and 1 for Canoe.
Double substitution for Spartans.
So players going off for Spartans are number 2, Michael Bolachevecki, and number 11, Blair Atkinson. Players coming on, number 12, Joe Tate, and number 17, Keir Russell. Just beat the tannoy there. For Kinnoull, it's Dale Smart that goes off.
Alan Cunningham.
And coming on for them is number 16, Alan Cunningham.
I'll be interested to see what happens with Keir Russell here if he will sit a wee bit deeper. We did see him sort of in midfield on Saturday. Joe Tate, as I mentioned a wee bit earlier, I thought he was quite impressive when he came on. And I might have gave you a wee bit of a hint there. I did say that it looked like Joe Tate coming on there.
Your eyesight clearly substantially better than mine.
There was in fact 2 Joe Tates in the Lowland League as well, 2 Jamie Watsons and 2 Joe Tates.
Oh, the opportunity here for Spartans to attack. Drives to the byline, cuts it back to Mikason, however it hits off a defender. Great opportunity there for Spartans to attack. It was Maxwell down the left hand side, did very, very well. It was a slip at the back by Paul Anderson that allowed that, but now Kinnoull on the attack. Substitute Alan Cunningham now plays that one back to Kyle Woolley. However, he can't find a teammate, and Spartans collect and are able to come forward with the ball once more.
I believe Alan Cunningham scored a couple this season as well, so he could be a bit of a threat.
Tate looked to maybe burst away with pace there, but decided to check out of that one, play the ball back. Spartans once again patient in their build-up play. Joe Tate once again getting onto that one. Ball cleared, but only comes out as far as Scott McCrory-Irvine. Spartans quite happy to build up slowly. Cado launches that into the box, however, not the connection he was looking for, and that's an easy one for Ozinski in the Kinnoull goal.
Yeah, it looks like Keir Russell's in a more natural centre-back role tonight when he came on.
Of course, with Mikey Allen and Adam Corbett both facing suspension following their red cards, an opportunity for Keir Russell to get some game time at centre-back. Quite possible he'll have to take up that role in the next couple of weeks.
I think he done well on Saturday. I think he got caught on the ball a few times, but he's probably not used to it, being in the sort of midfield role. So, yeah, I think you're right, Cameron. A shot at the centre back might be an interesting one for him.
Lovely ball over the top, looking to allow Mikason to break away, but good play by the Kinnoull defence to come over and clear that one away. Tell you what, I'm getting tongue-tied on my words here as it's absolutely freezing now here at Ainsley Park. The temperature has dropped a good couple of degrees. Still 20 minutes to go in this game here. Spartans with a 3-0 lead. Goal from Sam Jones in the 5th minute. And then one just before the break by Blair Atkinson. Atkinson then added his second and Spartans third on the hour mark. That's given the home side that controlling 3-0 lead at the moment.
There's 2 balls on the pitch currently.
There is 2 balls on the pitch.
I'm not sure who actually booted that back, but
that second ball largely ignored by everybody though. Game allowed to continue to play. Slightly slack pass there from Canoe. Spartans look patient in the build-up, but allows Kinnoull to get back in play. Not for long though, as Spartans win the ball back.
It's another lovely ball.
That is a lovely ball.
Just didn't have the touch there.
Didn't quite fall there for Sam Jones, but Mikason now in possession just on the edge of the box. Turning, looking for an opportunity, and plays it back to Maxwell.
A lot of men
Mikason
back
again on the far
Kinnoull.
side, launches the ball into the box. However, nobody at that back post. Joe Tate, the only man there. However, not really anywhere near it, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. Keith Chalmers has asked if we're streaming the Gala game on Tuesday. We will be streaming all the home games here. However, we'll be dependent on the away teams for any streams that they're doing. Best thing to do there would be contact Gala Fairydean, probably on Twitter, to find out if they're doing any streaming of the game down there.
Gala, I don't think they've done any streams so far, but
That's going to hit me in the face. Whoa! Someone's buying me a new laptop when I can figure out who kicked that ball.
Sorry about that, I had to quickly throw the ball back there.
Hit me in the chest. I tell you, that was the moment I've waited for all my life. That opportunity to hit the ball, and I absolutely bottled it.
I think that the last time actually, I think it was last season, the ball, I had my laptop here, and the ball actually directly hit the laptop, so you might have been a wee bit fortunate with the chair there.
Another opportunity for Spartans to get the ball into the box, but doesn't make it past the first defender. Scotty Maxwell tries again. However, well cleared there by the Scottish Roberto Carlos, Liam Woolley.
Hazard's off the job, Cameron. There's going to be another change for Spartans here. It might be Jamie Watson for his debut. Sort of dying out in the sort of later stages at the moment.
Yeah, Spartan's quite happy to just stroke this ball around, look for opportunities. Woods tried to play that forward, or it was well intercepted. But then Adam Corbett does a good job at the back. Adam Corbett's looked very composed this evening at the back there.
Yeah. It's been really calm at the back, to be honest. I don't think they've had too much to deal with. But very, very composed. I do believe Jamie Watson's a defender as well, so it'll be interesting to see him coming on for his debut and seeing what he can do.
Watson, of course, a defender as well, and given the suspensions coming up for both Mikey Allen and Adam Corbett, much needed reinforcements at the back for the Spartans.
I'm obviously really relying on my eyesight here. I think it is Jamie Watson. It could just as well be Aaron Murrow in the lights here. Or Mikey Allen, actually. I haven't said that. Don't think he's on yet, is he? Oh, that was close.
Nice little attempted turn there, however, didn't quite get the control on it that he was looking for, and the ball makes its way all the way through to Lucas Wazinski in the Canoe goal. Danny Johnson providing us with an update. Hearts now 1-0 up in Arbroath.
I actually expected Hearts to maybe put a few past Arbroath, given their performance against Dundee. Bit sidetracked there, but
no, it was an impressive opening performance from our friends from the other parts of Edinburgh. Substitution here, it will be John Grant that's coming off, and he will be replaced by Jamie Watson, who will come on and make his Spartans debut. You were right, Chris. You should believe in yourself more. So 15 minutes for the new signing who's come in from Wraith Rovers. Played something like 37 games for Wraith, so has a lot of experience in the full-time football.
I believe I might have seen Jamie Watson play for the development side at Wraith, but I've been to so many games over the last 3 years. It's it's tough, but I do believe that name does ring a bell. But then again, I might be confusing him with the
other one.
Jamie Watson at Cali Braves. So.
And Watson is able to take his first touch there. Sam Jones now immediately put under pressure from Kinnoull, who are still sitting quite deep here. And Spartans patient in the build-up play. Keir Russell plays it into Tate.
Oh.
Not able to keep on top of that one, and in the end lunges in. A bit of a heavy challenge there on Liam Woolley, and it is a yellow card shown to the substitute Joe Tate.
It was a good fight, but just a wee bit of frustration of losing the ball there. I think he was getting a wee bit out strength.
Certainly that one feels a little bit more clean cut than the John Grant yellow card, which incidentally we watched back at half time, and still don't think that was a yellow card.
Yeah, he went in hard, but I think he didn't get much. He didn't really get much of the man. I think it was the ball he got most off, but it was one of those ones that, you know, you're both going for the ball and it could cause a dead leg. So it was probably worse from the Canoe player's point of view.
Free kick there comes to nothing for Canoe. Danny's been back in touch to say the rest of the scores. Aston Villa 0, Leeds 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Derby 1. Villa had the opportunity to go top of the English Premiership tonight.
That's crazy, isn't it? That's nuts how good they're doing.
It's 2020.
Nottingham Forest.
Goodness
derby
only
there.
knows what will happen, eh?
That's the Brian Clough derby, isn't it?
Yes, indeed it is. I think either side would do anything for even half a Brian Clough at the moment. Mikason there, just outnumbered.
I think it's been quite strong in midfield this evening, Cameron. One thing we've probably maybe not spoke about as much, he picked up a knock against Berwick and didn't play on Saturday, and he's not playing tonight, but Spartans missing Ian McFarlane, and we know how crucial he can be to the midfield.
Absolutely. A work engine in midfield, a very experienced player is Subel. Spartans will be hoping that he's back soon.
Covering the game, he certainly looked like he had a bit of a limp. I don't know if it's maybe just the ankle or something like that, but we obviously wish Subel all the best, and hopefully he's back soon.
Oh, Jamie Watson tried to slot that in for Joe Tate, however, wasn't able to find him. Much to the frustration of Jordan Canoe, who was in acres of space on this right-hand side, desperately calling for the ball to make its way out to him. The Spartans now able to build from the back. Cado once again out wide by himself. Opportunity here to attack. Lifts that ball over for Woods. Crossing to the box. Scott McCrory, Irvin and Mikason get connected, but Mikason does really well to bring that down onto his left foot. Slots it low under the keeper into the far corner. It's Spartans 4, Kinnoull 0.
But the celebration says it all. We've seen that he's been looking for that goal the last few games. He's finally got it, and it looked like a massive relief there.
And it looked as though he was getting tied up with his teammate as Scott McCrory-Irvine came in there. But in the end, Mikkelsen did what he needed to do, brought the ball down brilliantly onto his left foot and slotted it low into the corner of the net to give Spartans their 4th goal of the evening. And with just 10 minutes left, Spartans have pretty much put this game to bed, I'd say. However, I'm sure they and Dougie Samuel will not be content. An opportunity for some of the guys that have come on as well to fight and prove themselves worthy of a starting position in the next game, which of course is at Gallifrey Dean Rovers on Tuesday.
It's a tough one going down to Netherdale. Obviously, I think Civil are there tomorrow, but I think Spartans have obviously, apart from the Stirling Uni game, they've started really well. They've managed to get results on the road from Gretna in the first game. So
great crossfield pass there to Cado. He does well to control it, and then hits it off Kyle Woolley and out for a throw-in. Spartans have remained patient in the build-up play. The game was quite high tempo at the beginning. They were, keen to close things down. Obviously got that early goal, and from there they've been able to relax into this game more and more.
It's been a very calm performance tonight, Cameron. Very, very calm. I don't think there's too much pressure, in fairness, but fair play to Kinnoull. I believe that Ozinski and the goals, he's been very impressive. It could have really been more for Spartans, in all honesty.
Lovely play there from Jones as he dances his way through the defence. He's brought down right on the edge of the box. It will be a free kick. Another opportunity for Spartans to have a shot at goal here.
That was
Woods
very, very
looked
close.
Clear through there.
I think Canoe have to be a wee bit careful here. You don't want to turn this into a cricket score.
It will be Mikkelsen to take this. Oh, and he lifts it just over the bar. Lucas Ozinski in the Kinnoull goal was reaching for that one. Maybe had it covered just over the bar, though. Dangerous looking free kick from Archie Mikkelsen.
Yeah, it's another one that I think that was a lot closer. But yeah, again, similar to Blair, I think his head's up. He's got the goal. He's going to be wanting a few more now.
Well, we're into the final 10 minutes here at Ainsley Park. Goals from Sam Jones, a double from Blair Atkinson, and a goal just there from Archie Mikkelsen have given Spartans a 4-0 lead against Canoe. Special mention has to go to Lucas Ozinski, who has absolutely been fundamental in keeping this score down this evening. A tremendous performance from the Canoe keeper. Really can't blame him for any of the goals this evening.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with the Canoe keeper. They've not really, as I mentioned, they've not really offered too much. I think Spartans have been quite composed and quite solid, but there's certainly signs there that this is a decent team. But I think maybe the two steps up in tier, maybe a wee bit too much for them. Brilliant play.
Another opportunity here for Spartans to attack. Mikkelsen just slightly overdid it there, and it got taken off his toes by Andrew McKenzie. Shot from range though, goes well high and over the bar. Michael Booth's been in touch on YouTube to say think it's East Stirlingshire in the next round.
Yeah, that's right. Away game to East Stirlingshire, obviously a very competitive fixture. There's a bit of a rivalry there between East Stirlingshire and Spartans. They've started the season great, not won their first 3 Lowland League games, and they've not conceded either. So, very interesting cup tie.
Yes, indeed. East Stirlingshire, one of the better teams in the Lowland League, and there is a long history here. Great bring down there from Joe Tate. Tried to bring that back inside. Opportunity there, but the Kinnoull defence did well to come back and clear that one. Spartans not content to settle on 4 here, looking for more.
Totally, that's exactly what you'd like to see, and I think Dougie will probably be demanding it. Nothing like a more convincing victory than anything else.
There's a throw in now. Ball comes back to Canoe, plays that one back. Jamie Watson didn't quite make the contact he was looking for there.
Nope.
The ball goes out for a goal kick. We'll put that one down to the fact that it's absolutely freezing.
But one name that will be noticeable, obviously, in the East Stirlingshire lineup will be Jamie Dishington. I don't know if it's maybe a banned word or whatever on Spartans Live, I guess, but
I'm saying nothing. I told Jamie what I thought at the time.
I got him a dish, I really do. So
he's a great player. Oh, an opportunity here for Kinnoull on to attack. Oh, and that was a real opportunity. Alan Cunningham it was who managed to get the ball there. Perhaps wasn't expecting to do so. Not sure if that was a cross or a pass. Either way, it almost fell to Paul Anderson. Sorry, not Paul Anderson, to Kyle Woolley with an opportunity. But a bit of a half chance there for Kinnoull.
Yeah, very decent. I just think he had too low. I don't know if he just made the wrong contact with it. I tell you who I've been impressed with, certainly in the second half, is Jordan Cado. He's been running about daft. I'm not sure how he's not shattered.
That's a great ball forward for Mikkelsen. So Spartans once again chance to attack. He cuts inside onto his right foot. Hits the ball off a defender, but plays it to his teammate, and it's flashed across the goal there. Nobody there at all. Joe Tate had made a run in at the back post. Looks as though the ball's taken a deflection on its way through as well, and it will be a Spartans throw-in. So Joe Tate had gone too far and Jamie Watson just too deep. That was a great low cross into the box.
I think if that had went in the first half, then there would have been someone there, but I think legs are getting a bit weary now and a bit tired.
Jordan Caddo and Woods link up. Scott McCrory-Irvin now with a chance. I think McCrory-Irvin's looked quite handy since he's come on as well. Spartans now just quite happy to stroke this ball around once again.
Oh,
ball in there to Tate. Couldn't quite land well for him. And then Scott McCrory-Irvin comes in with a left foot strike, however, it ricochets off a Kinnoull defender and out for another corner kick to Spartans. 3 minutes to go of normal time here. It's an opportunity for Spartans to put pressure on Kinnoull for maybe the last time in the game.
Yeah, they've got a lot of defenders back, and there's always a danger of obviously getting balls in that could take a deflection or hit off someone. They're playing very, very deep at the moment, and it's never good.
Well, that corner wasn't particularly brilliant in the end, and Kinnoull able to clear. Cammy Robertson got it up to substitute Alan Cunningham. Forward now for Reagan. Reagan was looking dangerous in the first half, although been very quiet since, definitely in the second half. Not seen much from him at all. But Patrick Brown out on this near side now. Opportunity to move things forward. Tries to lift the ball over the defenders, but Adam Corbett read that really well. And Caddo's able to collect. Plays a neat ball through, and Spartans able to get the ball out of their, well, just about out of their half.
He's been composed tonight, Adam Corbett. Very, very composed.
As you say that, it makes a wee slip at the back and just gives an opportunity for Alan Cunningham.
Commentator's curse.
That is, if you look it up in the dictionary, that is the very definition of the commentator's curse.
I didn't say anything on Saturday, by the way.
But he got away with that one.
But he really has. I think the whole defence have been really solid tonight. But I think for me, if we were maybe early call man of the match, probably I would have to give it to Blair just for his 2 goals. The one before half time was absolutely excellent.
A number of standout performances this evening in the Spartans lineup as a free kick's awarded for handball. Honestly, it's really cold here. But yes, I think that, you know, Archie Mikkelsen is another one who would be in a shout with that. I think that Sam Jones has been exceptional this evening as well. Adam Corbett at the back has not had a lot to do, but it's done well in everything that he needed to do.
I agree.
Dan Bauer had a really good first half as well. Oh, there's a flash shot over there. Archie Mikkelsen, great cross in, and Mikkelsen got into that one. Sorry, no it wasn't. It was Keir Russell got into that one. Apologies. Flashed it just over the bar.
It's been an excellent team performance. I mean, you obviously mentioned Archie and Adam Corbett there, but certainly even Scott Maxwell I think's been brilliant.
So if you're watching on the YouTube stream, do let us know who you think your man of the match would be. It was an explosive header there from Adam Corbett as a firework went off just as he made contact with the ball.
Good tackle by Jamie Watson there.
Yeah, very good tackle from Jamie Watson as set Spartans free as Mikason now cuts inside. Oh, well left by Woods through to McCrory Irvin. He tries to cross that in. However, the ball clips off the feet of Patrick Brown, and Lucas Ozinski is able to clearly call for it and come out and collect the ball.
You don't want to say everyone, but I think this is Gregor Wood's best game as well that I've seen him play. So, not including last season. Obviously, he was at Spartans on loan last season, but
Keith Chalmers has been in touch to say Mikason would be his man of the match.
Yep. Yeah.
I think, do you know what? Definitely between him and Atkinson. I think that know perhaps you could even argue the fact that Mikason's played the full match means that he might slightly edge it. I think you could certainly make a case for either one of them. I'm with you, though. I think that goal just before the break was important for Spartans. Going in 2 up at half-time just gave that cushion to come out and continue the way they were playing in the second half. Had they continued to be that single goal up, it could have got nervy.
Yep.
Some extra pressure would have been on them to try and push forward. But I think Archie Mikason has been a threat all evening long. He's looked very composed, he's looked very skillful, some lovely trickery from the young player. As the referee blows the full-time whistle here, and it is Spartans 4, Canoe 0, as Spartans progress to the second round of the South Challenge Cup.
Final score, Spartans 4, Canoe 0. Please join the Canoe officials and players. So
thank you for those of you that joined us on the YouTube Spartans FC Live. We've really enjoyed having you. We've enjoyed reading your comments. Please keep them coming. We'll be back for the next home game. Stay tuned to our Twitter and website pages for information on those. Of course, this is completely free. If you would like to make a donation, though, you can do so. Again, details of how you can make a donation to Spartans will be available on Twitter and on the website. Chris, in summary, thought a comfortable performance from Spartans. Progressed to the next round of the Cup. Never really in any doubt this evening. A composed and professional performance from the Spartans.
Certainly solid from everyone, really. Again, from the defence to the midfield to the attack, I think everyone was fairly solid. I don't think there was any I don't think there was too much threat from Kinnoull, but apart from that, you can only really sort of beat who's in front of you, and they've done fantastically well tonight.
Well, that's everything here from us here at Spartans FC Live. It's absolutely freezing at Ainsley Park. We're going for a cup of coffee. We hope you've enjoyed the game. Grab yourself a beer, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Good night.